to hear that you are actually boots on the ground, like literally in the building, breathing the same air as a lot of these people, because a lot of these people have changed a lot of legislative stuff that has impacted trans people really positively. It's just, unfortunately, it feels like these last couple of years, I don't know, like I get scared about visibility sometimes because maybe 5 years ago, it felt safer to be a trans person. And now, ever since, or not 5 years ago, I'm probably misquoting time because COVID has got me messed up on that. But like right before Trump got into office, like 2 years even before we were even thinking about the election, I felt safer then than I do now as a trans person, even though I am fully passing, et cetera, et cetera. But, somebody wants to Google me, they figure it out. It's pretty quick. Um, but that shift has sometimes got me questioning about the visibility. So sometimes I'm like, maybe it's a good strategy that Harris is not talking about trans people to maybe not fan the flame so much. So I'm still, again, conflicted on that, but it's still nice to know that there was a brunch and a luncheon and trans people were invited. Hopefully non-binary people were invited too, or that
Oh
conversation.
yeah, the 40 delegates, over 40 delegates. It was
Okay.
trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming. So it was the group, and actually the LGBTQ plus caucus met twice. So it met on Monday and on Wednesday.
Oh wow, cool. So
and there were a lot of speakers. I got to see Miss Major.
Wow. How was that like? Was there, other than Miss Major, was there someone else in the room that you were just like, oh my God, I can't believe they showed up to this?
Oh, I was glad I got to meet Sarah McBride and talk with her. It was funny. We went up to ask her to come back to Nebraska, and Mike introduced himself, and I said, "Oh, Senator McBride, it's so great to meet you. I'm Jessie McGrath." She goes, "I know who you are," and I'm like, "You do?"
That's so cool.
Oh wow, gee, how? But
awesome.
when my doing what I'm doing, there are I know of other trans women. I'm on the board of the National Trans Bar Association, and I'm friends on there with Kirsten Brody, who was a lawyer from New York. She's moved down to Florida. So there's some of us who are using our influence and our power and our privilege to go in and just take it head on, because that's what you have to do with bullies. And when people are bullies, the only way to really truly win it, you just have to stand up to them and punch them in the face, and then they're going to
It's
back
not
down.
always easy to do, though. It gives me anxiety. You know what I mean?
It is not an easy thing to do, but
I don't know. I'm tired.
hey, the way I look at it is, I lost consciousness at 70 miles an hour back in 2007 while I was driving, on the freeway, across 4 lanes of traffic into the wall, 4 lanes of traffic into the I hit the center divider, back over to the wall, and I somehow lived through that. And for me, every day since that point has just been bonus time, and frankly,
I get that. Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna I just don't have time to take shit from people. I really don't. I don't have time to be dehumanized. I don't have time for somebody to tell me that I don't belong when I clearly do. And so, yeah, I am not going to sit by. And that's why I came back here and wanting to take this stuff head on.
Well, I mean, I think the future of the kids that are in your home state are gonna truly thank you, and for the folks that are really working boots on the ground in the way that they are for the community. Because I mean, when you think of woke, you don't necessarily think Nebraska. I mean, everybody's like, it's always the outer banks of New York, Chicago, LA, a lot of the big city kind of Hollywood types. And it's nice to know that, because I think the rural communities did get left behind too. I think it's unfortunate to really think about it. I mean, I've been in LA my entire life. It's been a bubble. It's an amazing bubble. I don't want to leave it. I love it here. The weather's amazing. But like, to really think about a lot of people that are in red states and the effects that has, that's why Kamala Harris automatically has my vote, because it's like, I'm in a safe space. I'm in a space where even if I voted, for purple dinosaur or whatever the hell, it doesn't matter because I'm in California and there's a lot of state enshrined protections here, especially for trans people. But in those red states, it's really important to think about, because a lot of people suck on that morality of wanting to vote for Kamala because she did this, she's done that, there's this. Because for some people it's Palestine, for some people it's trans rights, for some people it's the fact that she's just been a DA and attorney general and big sister general, as she put in that one thing with her sister. I automatically still, she gets my vote because of that, because of those red states, because of those trans kids, because man, like I never thought that we would even have what we have now as trans people. I don't think you grew up with the idea of it. I grew up very oh my God, I can't believe I'm trans and I'm here and I'm getting to live my life and I have a beard and it's like, oh my God, what? But
and talking about the rural, I mean, that's my experience. Is I come from a town of 65 people.
Yeah.
So I for me,
the
coming
one
home
trans
was
kid
worth
that's
it.
there that has absolutely no support, that like God knows what amazing art that kid, or God knows, could cure cancer or whatever. Not saying all trans people are, but it's the missed opportunity to just show up for all of the village and to see that we're really, because I think that's something also the Democratic Party kind of always made the mistake in, is leaving out the rural communities and leaving out people and kind of giving this like, oh, I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you, I'm this.
Well, no, see, in Nebraska we got the dirt road Democrats. Dirt road Democrats. And we're trying to build the party more and getting out there into that. And again, one of the things just is that you want that trans kid to be able to make it, to live, to even make it into adulthood. And so what they've been doing, the demonizing of the kids has been horrid. But I do in the future I make plans that I am going to get the rainbow families here in Nebraska, because I think people need to hear what happens to a family when you have the power of the state telling you you're wrong, you're evil, that we're taking away your right to make decisions about your children. I think people need to hear what horrors that they had to go through for a lengthy period of time, just trying to decide if their kid was going to be able to get health care. And that's something no parent should have to worry about. Yeah. So I want to get them on, because I think people need to hear their voices.
Is still like, how American is that? Like, the thing that I do like that the Harris campaign is doing, and I will totally admit this, when I would look at the American flag, honestly, since Trump, it's been interesting. Like, I also culturally, obviously, grew up as a white person. I did buy into like the big American dream and living in California and all the amazing things, because I live in the bubble that I live in. And like my idea of like America, like my birthday's in July. I love 4th of July. I love celebrating America and the idea of the freedoms and all the things that we were allegedly taught in public school, that what America was. Growing up, getting older, figuring out a lot of that wasn't true. A lot of, there's a lot of trauma in that. Sucks, but I want to find a way to make the lie that I was told as a child true.